Hey coach, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about the importance of saying no to prospects, to parents, or potential clients in your coaching business. Now, as coaches, we sometimes feel that we have to serve everyone within our local community. When parents reach out to us for one-on-one sessions, or they want to join a group, or they want to attend one of our camps, we feel as coaches that we cannot say no to them, right? Because most coaches have the mentality of, if I say no, I'm going to lose out on money. Now, half of that is true, but I'm going to explain to you why saying no to some clients is a skill that you need to master. And if you do master it and you say no to the right clients, okay, it will help your business to grow. Now, let me take you back to when I first started my business in 2018. At the beginning stages, I was at a stage where I wanted to get my brand out there. I wanted to get known by local parents and players. And essentially, what I wanted to do is I wanted to start making money so I can promote, advertise myself, and start investing into my business. So what I did is anyone that I came across, I would promote, market to them what I did, what my business does, and I would say yes to everyone. I would invite them down to a free trial session. They would like the coaching, and then I would get them into the business. Now, what I started to realize is by saying yes to everyone and by accepting everyone, that was actually doing me a lot of damage in terms of my branding, in terms of my business reputation, and in terms of working with players that essentially didn't want to be there and weren't my ideal clients. Now, yes, I was making money because the more parents and players investing into my program helped me to grow. But what I started to notice is that by saying yes to everyone, I was bringing in players that weren't a good fit for what I did. I was bringing in parents who didn't really follow my rules. They would agree to be in at the session a certain time. They would typically arrive late. Some parents would agree to pay by this day that they would come. They would pay me 2 or 3 days later. And also, what happened as well is those parents and players who brought with them those bad habits would then later on refer similar type of parents and players into the business as well. So what I started to do is I started to filter out the players and parents who I felt weren't a good fit for what I wanted and not a good fit for the brand I wanted to build. So I started to filter out players who were always late, parents who always paid late, parents who wouldn't follow my rules, kids who wouldn't listen during the training session, kids who just messed about during the training session. And then when I started to do that, yes, I started to lose money because I may have had 10 players at the time, 5 of them weren't a good fit, the other 5 were. But what I started to see is that the 5 that wasn't a good fit, they went, and the 5 that were a good fit, right? I started to enjoy what I was doing. I started to enjoy my business. I felt proud of my business. I felt proud of my brand. And slowly, we started to grow the company with like-minded parents and players. So parents would then recommend other like-minded parents to the business. So we went from 5 to 7 to 10 to 12, and all the players that started to come in were of like-minded ability. Were like-minded. They had a like-minded attitude. The ability level was very similar. parents were like-minded as well in how they approached my service, my training, my company. So me personally, I started to make more money. I started to enjoy what I was doing. I started to really like and feel proud of what I was doing, which then helped me to go out and market and promote. And it was also really good because it showed that, yes, I can say no to parents and players, but that didn't mean that by saying no and filtering out players and parents that weren't a good fit, I was going to fail as a business owner. Ultimately, the opposite happened. I weeded out the ones that shouldn't be there, kept the ones that were a good fit for what I did, ones that believed in what I did, and I provided a great service because I had more energy. I was proud of the parents I was working with. When I spoke to new parents, I felt confident because I knew I had a really good product, a really good service that I was delivering. And it was just a much better all-round experience in running a coaching business. So if you are a coach and you are at a stage where you're trying to accept everyone into your business, the message in this video is start to say no to certain players and parents who are not the right fit for what you do. They're not the right fit for your sessions, for the other players that are in your program, and who are going to maybe damage your brand reputation. Okay, all of these things are important, and all of these things you need to take into account when you bring in parents and players into your coaching business. So, coach, if you need help growing, scaling, marketing, getting more clients, putting systems in place that weed out the wrong type of clients, what I want you to do is visit the description below this video. You're going to find my Calendly link. Click on it. We can book a free call together, and I can show you some action steps to take this week that will help you to grow and scale your business the way you want, working only with committed and like-minded players in the future. Okay, thank you for watching. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest content. I'll see you in the next video.